Hey, how you all doing? This is Dorian Bolden back again with BU Cafe with another recipe as we get closer and closer to the holiday season. So today's recipe is actually going to be a twist of what we do in our stores, which is the Mexican coffee and taking it up to the Mexican latte. So a lot of you are familiar with the Mexican latte. It's one of our more popular beverages. And so what we're going to do is show you for the BU at home user who has the espresso machine, who wants to kind of show out a little bit during the holiday season with the espresso and steaming milk. This is a really good treat for you. So it's pretty simple to start. With this one, you're going to need dark chocolate, cinnamon syrup, milk for steaming, and nutmeg. And I love the nutmeg because you can find nutmeg at any of your local Food Lion stores or your local grocery stores. So to begin, I'm actually gonna start first with the sauce. So I'm gonna do about a pump, maybe a pump and a half, because I like that extra little chocolate in there. And then you're gonna do a half a pump of the cinnamon syrup as well. A little bit more too, because I like the cinnamon. So if you're thinking about it, this one will have your dark chocolate, your cinnamon, and then I'm gonna add just a little bit of a little bit of nutmeg on top to get it ready. So I'm first gonna steam my milk, then I'm gonna pour my shot of espresso. We always go with the milk first because your milk will stay warm and stay hot longer than your espresso. So it's better to start with the milk, so this way you can get that espresso in there really quickly and pour the milk on top. So I'm gonna pour about 10 ounces or so of milk. And I'm looking at about halfway. So this way, if I pour it about right there inside of the milk pitcher, I want to kind of raise it up just a little bit when I'm creating froth. That's going to be perfect for pouring. We went with a Breville to kind of show you this is something you can do at home. And you know, it does take a while sometimes for that steam wand to warm up, so that's all right. And just remember, when you're steaming your milk, you want to make sure you're getting it fully submerged so that you don't have the milk kind of splash you when you go on top. We're going to fully submerge this under the milk. And what you want to hear is this splashing sound. You hear it? That sound is the sound of the steam hitting the milk to create the froth. So we went from here to about there in height. And now I'm tilting my milk pitcher to get that steam to push the milk in a circular pattern like a cyclone. And while it's pushing, that's gonna push my bubbles out and create this real smooth milk texture that I'm gonna use to make my Mexican latte. So the Mexican latte is popular. Again, it comes from the tradition of great coffee beverages out of Mexico where chocolate is the base of it. So the Mexican latte uses that and that spice. So now I have my milk, kind of tap it to get the bubbles out, and you'll see you're gonna have that nice little shiny coat that's on top. So right now I'm actually gonna pour the espresso shot for the beverage, and I'm gonna pour a double shot. I'm gonna use the commercial machine for pulling the espresso this time. But again, this works just as good if you're using your home Breville machine. So one of the things to think about is when you're tamping is you want to kind of go in this motion so you're not doing it all in your wrist and you don't, hurt your wrist when you're doing it. So you're using your forearm to press down and then give it a nice little turn to smooth it out. It's what we call blessing the espresso, especially for the holidays. I'm gonna go ahead and pour my shot. You see the little bit of that drip of that nice little mouse tail is what you look for. The mouse tail is the secret sauce to having a really great espresso shot. So sometimes if you don't see that mouse tail, it just means you need to tamp it a little bit harder or maybe add a little bit more espresso to your portafilter. You're going for about right at 28 seconds, give or take, 24, 28 seconds, depending on your espresso machine. And you see when the espresso is getting nice and light in color. And so typically, depending if you want to go for either a one shot or if you want a stronger coffee flavor, you can do double shot. And so what you're going to then do is simply stir in the sauce with the espresso. So the espresso is really nice and hot now. As we said, that's why we did the espresso last, because the milk is still hot. And so we pour the espresso in nice hot to use it to melt that chocolate that's kind of sits there as a little bit of a little hardened. So this way it's much easier for the milk to mix in. And so you might have your milk kind of sitting like a blob. So just kind of shake it from side to side to make it hit the wall. And then you kind of go in that circular motion again to keep it nice and smooth. I always say you start from the top and then you can kind of get down closer. And then you'll see here with the mocha, you have all your milk with that nice little bit sitting on top of the milk froth. Do a little bit of top nutmeg. And this one is a great holiday treat for you that you can make at home. With this, you can also add whipped cream, nutmeg on top. You can have all kind of fun with it. But this is your traditional Mexican latte. Happy holidays.